starting, just finding yourself wherever you are. Maybe you're sitting in your home, maybe you're driving a car, maybe you can close your eyes, maybe not, but wherever you are, just taking a moment to come into your breath, to start to feel the body, feeling the weight of the body, whether you're seated in a chair or on the floor. Noticing and feeling each inhale and each exhale. And taking a moment to notice the gap and space between breaths. Seeing if we can connect into that space between breaths where there is no thing, no thought, no movement, just space. And just pausing to feel that space in our bodies, in our breath, in our mind. As we use this time in meditation to try to create a similar space or gap in our year, in the rhythm of our life. We're creating a space, a gap, where there is no thought, no thing, just space. And just allow your soul to rest in that space for just a moment. And you might begin to move into your imagination and see yourself as a third person sitting in a safe place. Recognize that strewn about you are objects and items, each representing things from this past year, from 2021. And just see yourself sitting and breathing in this safe place with objects strewn about you. And you might invite a higher power of some sort into this space with you. Perhaps this is a divine being. Perhaps it is a loved one or ancestor. But whoever you invite into this space with you, make sure it is someone who represents love and peace, who you know has your best interest at heart, someone you feel safe with and totally accepted by. And visualize this person or being sitting right across from you, almost like you're sitting knee to knee, maybe cross-legged on the floor in grass and flowers, or maybe on a chair, knee to knee in a safe place. And this being is just here to support you and hold you through this reflection, to ground you and help you create more space to hold whatever is there. So we begin to open up and ask your heart, your spirit, what needs to be acknowledged from the past year so that you can move forward with an open heart. And first asking your soul, what in my life needs to be acknowledged from this past year? Is there anything, maybe even saying to yourself, this was hard and needs to be held in compassion? And you might look about you at the objects strewn about your knees and your seat and see if something catches your eye that wants to be picked up. And see if you can pick that object up in your hands and actually hold it in cupped hands. And be able to hold this thing in compassion. Maybe it's yourself. Maybe it's a situation. Maybe it's a relationship. Circumstance. But see if you can give space and compassion and acknowledge what is asking to be acknowledged in this space. And you might even visualize the being who's sitting across from you scoop their hands, their strong and steady and capable hands, hands that are strong enough and wise enough to hold all that you're carrying. See them place their hands under yours and hold this thing with you. Breathe into the space. See if you can feel your heart open. And just hold space for what needs to be acknowledged from your life, from your experience this past year. Continuing to follow your breath. Leaning into the gaps and the spaces between each breath and creating gaps and spaces in the way you're moving through life with this simple practice. And now back into that meditation and looking about for an object of something from this past year that wants to be acknowledged and celebrated. Something that wants to be seen and heard and rejoiced over. And see yourself pick this up and hold it in cupped hands. Or maybe even hold it above your head and cheer and see this being who is with you. Share in your joy. Celebrate with you. Feel your heart and body open to this sense of gratitude of this gift in your life. Recognize if there is a sense of pride or self-respect that wants to be felt and expanded in your body, in your soul. You might even say out loud to yourself, "That was awesome," or "You were amazing." Allow yourself to be celebrated Maybe it's a situation that you created or a difficult challenge that you endured. Maybe a new skill you learned or a relationship that you really brought your best self to. Feel in your body and soul the ways that you have grown, progressed, expanded, in the ways you have opened your heart wider this year. And allow your breath and the gaps between each breath to settle you into that space of gratitude and reflection. And last, taking a moment to survey the ground around where you're sitting in meditation and look for an object that represents something that you need to change. Something that needs to shift in your life. See yourself pick up this object, or perhaps it's a word or a name, a picture, a behavior, and allow yourself to hold it. Feel in your body and your mind the deep knowing that change is needed, and feel more than ever the support of strong and steady hands under your own, from a power and a light that is much stronger and higher and wiser than your own. Allow this power to hold this with you. Allow strong and steady hands to hold yours up. And feel in those hands a confidence in you. You may even look into the face and eyes of the being across from you and see that they are not worried, that they know and trust in your ability and capacity to move through this part of your life, to take your next right step. That they are holding you and supporting you and creating new possibilities with every brave choice you make to move forward towards the life you truly long for. Taking one more moment, one more breath to feel into the body, to know what needs change, and to feel the support of a higher power who will guide, support, and hold this with you every step of the way. When you're ready, bringing your awareness back to your breath, back to this moment, this body, this room. Opening your eyes, hands to prayer or hands on heart, a moment to recognize that these small pauses to recenter, to regroup, can change the very trajectory of the lives we lead. When your soul and spirit call you back into yourself, ask you to slow your pace. Listen. Honor what your soul is whispering to you. This is where the richness of life is found. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.
You can also subscribe to our newsletter to stay up to date on our latest courses, retreats, and upcoming events. We are here to help you heal and thrive, mind, body, and spirit.